Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So thank you so much for tuning in. I did this whole Pohela Boishakh look. I'm not sure if this video is even going to see the light of the day because I have been so clumsy throughout this video. I have never done a chit chat, get ready with me tutorial, so this was my first time doing it and there has been hiccups here and there. So if you see this video, please excuse that, because just know that uploading this wasn't very easy for me. So please appreciate it and show some love. And many of you have been asking me to do a Pohela Boishakh look. I'm sorry that it took me so much time since my last upload. I promised that I will upload in March, but then my mid started, so well, you know how it goes. So this is a look that I think is appropriate if you want to wear this during the daytime. I think this is beginner friendly if you follow through the steps, or if I am clear enough. And I added this pop of color under my eyes, which I never did, and I'm really loving this look. And one more thing, there might be times throughout the video where the scenes will be out of focus. This is mostly because I usually wear my glasses and I don't have any powered contact lenses with me at the moment, and I use my viewfinder to see if I'm in focus or not. Since I couldn't wear my glasses and I didn't have any lens, I guess you could figure what really happened. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. To start off with my makeup for Pohela Boishakh, I'm going to be using the sunscreen. It's very important that you use your sunscreen whenever you're going out, especially in Pohela Boishakh, because I feel like it's a day when you are under the sun and everything. And I use the Boots luminous sunscreen and I never had any flashback problems with it. This has SPF 50, it's light, it's amazing. Usually the all kinds of sunscreens break me out, but this is really good. Right now I am priming my eyes using my concealer, and make sure that you also apply the concealer over here and don't apply too much. I see people applying a lot of concealer or primer on their eyes, whereas it's really not needed to apply that much, just enough to mask all your discoloration. And always please apply the concealer here, because if you want to go in with the foundation later on, then there is a chance that you might mess up your eyeshadow. And if you decide not to cover this area up, it just might look good in person, but sometimes this area looks a lot darker in camera. And since you will be taking a lot of pictures in Pohela Boishakh, so I'm guessing you wouldn't want that. So I'll be using the Morphe 35O palette and either of the Juvia's palette. I haven't used this palette at all really, so hopefully I'll be able to get some sort of look out of this. So from my 35O palette, I'll be taking this shadow followed by this one and then this one as my transition shade. Right now I'll be taking my magic palette and I'll be taking this orange color, and with the help of a very fluffy light blending brush, I'm going to be applying it right here in the outer corners. Basically I'm going to apply it all over my eyelids, but avoid the middle part of my lids. So I'll be applying it first on the outer corners and then slowly drag it into my socket. And with the excess that is there in my brush, I'm going to take this in a windshield wiper motion across my crease. And then I'll be taking this color and very lightly go over the orange color that I applied, because I sort of want a pinkish hue to the whole look without making it too orange. Apply it very lightly because this pink is really pigmented and you don't want to go overboard. And slowly build up the color, alternating between the pink and the orange, and make it as dark or as bright as you want it to be. Alright, next, if you want, then you don't have to apply the next shadows that I'm going to be applying. Because I want some sort of depth in my eyes, I'm going to go in with the darker warm shadows so that I can create some sort of definition in my eyes. But if you want, then you can totally skip that. So for that, I'm going to be taking my Juvia's Masquerade palette, and first I'll be taking this color. So I'll be taking my pointed blending brush and I'll apply it right into my socket in my outermost corner, and I will wiggle it around so that I get the most, you know, product deposit here, and then I will drag it across my eyelids. In that way I get a more elongated shape, because most of the definition is in the outer corner rather than all over your eyelids. And then I'll take the shadow and add it over here to create some more definition. Next, I'll be taking some concealer on my hands, and with the help of a sponge I will be taking the concealer and I'm going to sort of lighten up the middle part of my eyelids so that the eyeshadow that I'm going to apply next stands out more. And then I'm going to very lightly set it up with a skin colored eyeshadow. My idiot self basically forgot that there are names on the Juvia's palette. Right, so this video is a disaster. Now for the center of my eyelids, I'm going to go in with this color called Dahlia, and with the help of my fingers I'll be applying it in the middle part of my eyelids. Now we can see a lot of harsh edges, so I'm going to take a blending brush and lightly diffuse the harsh lines. Alright, now I'm going to be taking the color Zakia and Kogi, which is the, you know, the first two colors that I applied before, and I'm going to be using this to slightly diffuse the edges of Dahlia. As you can see, this is a more blended look. Use a very light hand because a little can go a long way. You don't want to completely cover up Dahlia, but you want Zakia and Kogi to show up too. The names I can't. So I'm going to be taking my L'Oreal Silk Simi liner. It's a beautiful black liner, and I'm just going to be outlining my lash line. Now after doing one eye, I'm going to be taking my angled liner brush and I'm just going to blend it so that I get more smoked out eye look or eyeliner. Now because the black is too harsh for this look, I feel, so I'm going to be taking the dark brown color in the Masquerade palette, and the color's name is Fulani. So I'll be taking this color and I'll be going over the smoked out liner that I created. Alright, hopefully this is enough. Now I'm going to go in with my foundation. So I already primed my face and everything, so I'm going to go in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. This is a new purchase of mine, my very first high-end foundation, so I'm quite happy with it. Honestly, it looks really nice. I mean, it has full coverage, but the consistency is very light, which I'm not used to, but I think I like my Milani Conceal and Perfect a lot more. Currently, I don't wear foundation at all. If I only wear it if I have like a really special occasion. I sort of like my imperfections on me. It's weird, really, and somehow I feel like the foundation, you know, no matter which one I use, sort of brings out the textures and everything, which every foundation is supposed to do. But I can't stand that, because usually, you know, I never had that much of a problematic skin, but recently I have been having so many issues with my skin, with the bumps and textures and pimples, that I do not like how the foundation looks on my skin. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I'm just going to apply a tiny amount of it under my eyes. I see a lot of people just, you know, drawing triangles and stuff, but I do not like that many concealer on my face. It's just a personal preference. But if you want a whole highlighted under eyes, then sure, go ahead. Alright, now I'm going to take the same contouring palette, and I'll be taking the contour color, and I'll be bronzing up my face. Apply it in my cheekbones. I'll bring it further down into my cheeks because, you know, I think, you know, this color is beautiful and peachy enough to be used as a blush on my skin tone. And to contour my face, I'll be taking my eyebrow kit, which I don't use anymore. This is the Techniques eyebrow kit, and I'll be taking this powder, and I want a more diffused contour, so I'll be taking it in the edge of my brush and then apply it in my cheekbones. Now that all the powders are on my face, I'll be taking my Milani Make It Last setting spray, and I'll be spraying it all over my face. And one thing that I really like to do after I spritz my whole face is, after it dries up a little, I'll take my sponge and then very lightly, you know, pat it all over my face. In that way, I think the setting spray just, you know, makes everything sealed in a lot properly and makes your whole face look a lot flawless. At times after using my setting spray, I feel like my face gets a lot tackier than usual, and I have this urge to set it. But with the help of this technique, I don't have to do that. Now that I'm done with my face, I'm going to be taking my Sephora eye crayon in the shade Summer Cruise, and I'll be applying it in my waterline. So this is basically going to add a pop of color to my otherwise very neutral eye look. I'm going to take my masquerade palette, and I'm going to take the color Zola under my lash line. And then with the help of a little blending brush, I'm going to take the color Zulu and blend the edges. And now for the finishing touches in my eyes, I'm going to apply some mascara. This is the L'Oreal Volume Million something mascara. And now for the highlighter, I'm just going to take my masquerade palette and the color Giza and, well, use it as a highlighter. So for my lipstick, I'm going to take the ColourPop liquid lipstick in Midi, and I'm going to apply a tiny bit of it and then blend it with my fingers. And then over it I'll be applying the Neon number 18. Alright guys, so I wanted to wear these earrings, but then I found these and I wore them, and I think these are so cute, even though I won't be able to wear them out. But I think these are super cute, so bright, goes perfectly with this look. So if you want, then you can, you know, pair these up if you have the guts, which I don't. So, you know, for this video I will be wearing the colorful ones. So this is the finished look, guys. I really hope that you guys liked it. If you do, then please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and hopefully there will be more videos. I want to do another Pohela Boishakh tutorial before Pohela Boishakh. Hopefully that will be up if nothing more arises, and if not, then, you know, advanced advanced Shubho Noboborsho to you. I hope you have an amazing, you know, Pohela Boishakh, celebrating it with your family and friends. And one more thing, thank you so much for all the responses you guys gave in my last video. It was a video where I was very vulnerable, and, you know, I talked my heart out, and many of you have been very understanding, and thank you so much. I got a lot of messages from many people who felt the same way, and guys, thank you. I really hope that, you know, my video just does something to change the whole scenario behind this industry, right? So we won't be getting into that. If you want to know what I'm really talking about, then there will be a link up you know, above me, so you can check that. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.